Jerusalem is modern, ancient, it's hectic, patient. Jerusalem is a beauty to behold. Its walls are old and domes are gold. Jerusalem is spicy, dynamic, it's iconic, panoramic. Jerusalem is inspiring, unique, it's simple and chic. Jerusalem is brimming with styles, vibrant, charismatic, abundant smiles. Cobblestone streets, colored with sweets. Eclectic orchestra of authentic beats. It's the shuk, the basta, the shawarma. It's all about good karma. It's people, gates and views, culture, art and muse. Jerusalem is tradition, innovation. It's about openness, recreation. It's a city, destination, a goal. Jerusalem is how it feels to behold. It's the knowledge, the courage, the drive to create. It's the source, the spirit, the reflection of faith. Jerusalem is Israel, it's Mediterranean chill. Jerusalem is real.
In a world that is divided by wealth, race, and religion, we at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem aspire to shape a better world. A world where what we share in common matters more than our differences. A world where everyone is free from hunger, violence, and disease. A world where every qualified student can pursue their dreams. Every day, this is happening on our campuses. 23,000 students from different backgrounds working towards a better world. Our students are learning to advocate for the underrepresented, to solve problems in healthcare, to grow crops in challenging climates, to help communities develop and to build better cities. Our researchers are working to conserve our natural resources, increase food availability in the poorest countries, treat and cure diseases, advance arts and cultures, and create knowledge that will enhance lives everywhere. This is not an act of charity. This is our philosophy. Because healing the world is our tradition. The Hebrew University of Jerusalem, a tradition of innovation.
Okay, so thank you everybody. Hello from Jerusalem. Hello. It is wonderful to see so many friendly faces from so many places around the world, from United States to China to Australia and everything in between. My name is Nama. I'm the head of the marketing division of the international office. We are delighted to have Zoom introducing us this really mind-blowing experience of seeing all of you and bringing all of you here together. To tell you about the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, about the graduate and postgraduate degrees we have at offer, and to teach you maybe a little bit about Jerusalem and about the university, with the hope of seeing you in Jerusalem in the near future. I would also like to welcome many people from our team that are here available on chat to answer your questions. We have Amy from the graduate admission coordinator of the Rothbury International School. We have Orit Krakova, who is the overseas applicants unit director. We have Mimi Laufer from the marketing division of the international office. Michelle Sugarman, she's the director of our New York office, and also Maria Lamb from the New York office. We have quite a few people here in the room, so I think we are ready to start. Jane Turner is the head of the international office of the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, and she will be presenting to us this morning or afternoon or night the presentation for the open day. Hi Jane, how are you? You're on mute. Just need to unmute. Right. Yes, ready, Jane.
Okay, Nama, thank you very much. Thank you very much to you all for joining our information session today. As Nama said, I'm Jane. I'm the head of the international office. We're really excited to have you here from all over the world to share with you what we're doing here at the Hebrew University. I really hope you'll enjoy the session, receive practical information about our top-notch study programs. We look forward to being in touch with you after the session. We are here to continue our one-on-one communications by our great information center team, who are dedicated to answering any questions you may have. So feel free to write any questions you may have during the session in the chat, and we'll respond during or after the session. So get comfortable wherever you are, and let's get started. So here's the university in numbers. Okay, quick few facts. Founded over 100 years ago, a multi-campus university, lots of faculties and schools, nearly 1,000 faculty members, 24,000 students, of which 40% are graduate students, so really it is a very research-intensive university. And 10% of our student body is international, so you'll definitely feel at home here. Nama? Okay, so let's go back a bit in time. 100 years ago, these are our founding fathers, formidable founding fathers, I should say. We have a range of scientists and thinkers representing the different fields of academic pursuits, ranging from Sigmund Freud to Martin Buber and Albert Einstein, of course, in the middle. So really, we are treading in the footsteps of these giants. Till today, we are really pride ourselves on our excellence and in strong tradition of academic pursuit. Okay, so what makes this university unique? Different points here, but I think I'll hone in on a few of them. I think probably innovation and creativity in teaching and research, something which Israel is known for. The startup nation, the entrepreneurship, the innovation scene is very strong here, and it really permeates into our academic fabric. We have our faculty members are involved in applied sciences, working on innovation and commercialization of their research. We have a university-owned company called HUJI-Tube, which works for the commercialization of the research. And some of our big blockbuster products range from cherry tomatoes, yes, the cherry tomatoes used every day, those are developed by the Hebrew University, to Mobile Eye, which is a prevention collision system, which is now sold via Intel and implemented in many of the cars around the world, drip irrigation, to mention a few. And this is something which really sort of rubs off in the shoulders of the students and the faculty members who are working here in the labs. We pride ourselves as well being a student-centered university, putting our students at the center. We really do try to give our students a very good intimate support range of services. Our faculty members are very informal, approachable, very kind of, you call them by their first names here. We don't have this kind of hierarchy which you have often in many countries around the world. And Jerusalem is your backdrop. Yes, Jerusalem as a beautiful, multifaceted, fascinating city, home to the large three monotheistic religions of the world, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, really offers a lot of interesting encounters. Great student life, a strong international alumni community, and international studies. Yes, we are a university which is very comprehensive, ranges from all fields of studies, and really enables interdisciplinary studies, which today is so important. These skills which are crucial for solving the big problems of the world. And last, maybe I will mention that our fall semester starts at the end of October. This is after the Jewish holidays, and it really, I think, gives us a time in these times of uncertainty to try and figure out the situation in terms of the pandemic and where we will be. We are planning to open our semester as usual at the end of October, but we are ready to go online as we have done this semester as well, and very successfully, I'm happy to say. And I think all our students are currently studying online and really will finish the semester, I think, very successfully. Okay, so just now you can see on your screens a poll has popped up. We would appreciate it if you could fill in this poll. At the end of the session, we will present the results. It'll take a couple of minutes just to fill in the...
It's just 2 questions.
Yeah.
Can you see that it's filling up?
It's exciting. It's like the lottery.
Wow.
Okay. Results are coming in quickly. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, I'm just making it smaller. You can continue filling it in, Jane, and you can continue.
Okay.
And I'll show the results soon.
Okay, so I'll just move on a bit to our things we're particularly proud of here at the university. As I said, we have a very strong tradition of excellence and excellent faculty members who have garnered international prizes, 8 Nobel Prizes, a Fields Medal in Mathematics, which is like the Nobel Prize in Mathematics, a Turing Award, and many other prestigious prizes. Areas of strength, as I mentioned, we are a comprehensive university, and we have I would say, a very wide range of areas of strength, ranging from genetics to cancer, to agriculture, nanotechnology, brain sciences. There really are some very, very world-class centers of research that we have in these fields. Okay, you can get a sense of our strengths. Then we'll move on to see our campuses. Now, my next slide, please. So the poll is going well, I see. Guys, thank you very much for entering your preferences. And now we can see our campuses. So we have 6 campuses, 4 of our main campuses and 2 small campuses. The top 3 campuses are in Jerusalem, and the bottom 3 are out of Jerusalem. The Mount Scopus campus on the left is located in the highest point in Jerusalem, beautiful views of Jerusalem. It's the home to the law, faculty, business, social sciences, humanities, social work, and our international school, Rothberg International School. Moving over to the right, we have in the middle our In Kerem campus, which is the home to the dental medicine, faculty of medicine. It's located next to the Hadassah Hospital, so it really enables clinical and basic research. On the right, we have the Edmund Safra campus, which is the home to the Faculty of Sciences, Brain Sciences, Computer Science and Engineering, and other beautiful campuses, beautiful green expanse of lawns and botanical gardens. On the bottom, we have on the left the Bet Dagan campus, which is a small campus, the home to the veterinary sciences and a veterinary hospital. We have in the middle the campus of Faculty of Agriculture, Environmental Science and Food Sciences, the only faculty of agriculture in Israel, and really the home to a lot of Israel's agricultural developments, located in Rehovot, in the center of Israel. And Eilat, those who are lucky to study in Eilat, that's our interdisciplinary, inter-university marine sciences facility in the south of Israel, on the tip of the on the Red Coast. So really have a wide range of campuses, all beautiful and waiting for you to explore them. And what can you study here? So again, these are, I said, now we're going to go into like the broad range of programs, the graduate programs, largely 1-year master programs, some are 2 years. Starting from STEM on the left, we have a wide range of masters and PhDs, I would say masters research track programs, in natural sciences, exact sciences, again working in the top-notch labs with excellent researchers interfacing with industry, startups, and applied research. Moving over to medicine, we have an international master's program, public health, which is now, I'd say, 30-year program, which is trying to over hundreds and hundreds of public health professionals, which we are seeing now in these difficult times of the pandemic are really coming into their strength. We see the strong network of alumni who are working together around the world, consulting each other and handling these issues of public health. Medical sciences. Okay, moving over to the Mount Scopus, we have a wide range of humanity programs, 1-year master's programs in specific local and unique areas of studies, business studies, an MBA, 1-year MBA program, entrepreneurship, innovation program, internships in startups. We have a couple of programs in law, in human rights and international law. Fascinating area to study these fields. Moving over to check if we're moving over to the Faculty of Agriculture and Food and Environment. These are, as we know, world challenges: food security, the environment, climate, and really, I think you will be able to gain skills to help solving these big challenges of the world. Social sciences, social work, and much more. So, student support. I started at the beginning saying that we do strive very, very hard to offer our students a top-notch level of support, which range from pre-arrival counselling and services, helping you find dorms, insurance, visas, etc., your academic service programs. On your arrival, we have academic advisors, we have dorms, counsellors who live in the dorms 24/7, available for any help you might need during your studies. Buddy systems, psychological support services, learning disability centre, and here we now have a couple of students here who are currently studying at the Hebrew University. I'm going to introduce and we'll share with you a very short, in a nutshell, their experience here at the Hebrew University. So Maria, who's studying here in our MBA program, I'm going to pass over the mic to Maria.
Hey everyone, my name is Maria Gracia. I'm from Peru. Right now I'm studying the International 360 MBA at Hebrew University. I've always been very interested in having a startup or something for my own. So when a professor of mine talked to me about the startup nation, about Israel, I knew that I had to go. So I looked into the universities available and I came across with Hebrew University. And as you heard before, it's in the top 100, it has Nobel Prizes. So I decided to come here. I must admit, I was a bit worried. I don't have any relatives here in Israel. I was worried about the culture shock, the security. But as soon as I arrived here, everything changed. I fell in love with Israel. I fell in love with Jerusalem, the culture, the people, and of course with the beautiful university. It's not only the beautiful landscape that it has, but it's more about the warm and inclusive atmosphere you feel. I'm very, very grateful for this experience, and it's really an experience of a lifetime. So I hope you can take your chances, take risks, come here and enjoy and fall in love with Israel as much as I am. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Maria. And now I'd like to pass the mic over to Luke Zeller, student from the USA who's studying in our global program.
Hi guys, can everyone hear me okay?
Luke.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
my name's Luke. Okay, awesome. My name's Luke. I'm 25. I'm from the US, from Wyoming, if anyone's ever heard of it. I'm studying international development right now in what's called the Global program. It's a master's program for like community and international development here. I picked Global because it matched my interests of just development studies and also conflict studies and where those two intersect. And it's also being taught in a place where you can see a lot of the things that you're studying in class firsthand, whether that's every day in Jerusalem or also on trips into the rest of Israel or the West Bank. You see a lot of the things that you're studying with your own eyes, which is, I think, something quite unique. Also within the Global program, there's an internship component, which is really great because it gives you kind of a practical experience of working in the field, actually doing what you're studying, which is a strong emphasis that the program places is like on giving you practical skills that will in turn turn into hopefully career prospects in the future. Also, the program brings in all kinds of different speakers, along with, like, they already have great staff, but they bring in all kinds of different speakers from the development sector, like private sector workers, social enterprise entrepreneurs, health specialists, et cetera, which is really great to get all different perspectives of different paths that you could kind of choose as a career in the future. Also, probably the best thing for me about the program is just the students. So I'm part of a cohort of like 30 students. We come from all over the world, Latin America, North America, Europe, Asia, Africa. And so it just gives a real depth to the classroom interactions. You have so many different perspectives, even people from the same country come from very different backgrounds, so you get a really diverse experience in that way. I'm also become really good friends with a lot of them. As far as living in Israel, I love the weather. Usually, winter was a bit cold this year, but in general, it's great weather. Food is great always, and lots of places to visit on weekend trips, whether it's within Israel or Jordan's right next door. I mean, obviously in COVID times, it's a bit different, but things are starting to open up, so I'm pretty hopeful to do a bit more traveling in the near future. Yeah, I'm excited with continuing my studies here, and encourage you guys to look more at the programs that they offer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luke, for sharing your experience with us. Okay, so as I said, we have really very comprehensive student supports, really catering for every need. And I think our students are pretty satisfied with the level of service that they receive here, from pre-arrival to during their studies. And I think the students really shared, their sort of first-hand experiences with us, and it really think it rubs off on our students and their level of satisfaction. So co-curricular activities. So it's not all about studies here. You can also have fun. And we really do offer a very broad range of social and cultural activities, all kinds of meetings with interesting people and lectures, weekend programs, field trips. We have sports centers in all our campuses. And we have the HUJI Innovate Center, which is really offering hackathons and all kinds of seminars and interesting resources on entrepreneurship opportunities. Polls still coming in there. Okay.
Jane, I'm sharing the results.
Okay, great.
Go for it.
Hmm?
You can see the results. You can see 28% are speaking about spring 2021. 35% are talking about the next fall, which is very encouraging and makes us extremely happy in light of what we've been through, all of us. So it's a nice spread here. I can see some very heavy people thinking about summer 2022, so well done for being so organized. Here in Israel, if you would ask us what we're doing tomorrow, we wouldn't know what to answer. So kadoots on that one. And let's see what you guys are interested in studying. Okay, so the winner is actually humanities, 30%. And we can see social sciences, 23%. What else can we see here? 20% PhD programs, extremely interesting. Medicine, well done. Prepare yourselves, it's not easy. We have science, business administration, 15%. A very nice range, very interesting people joined us. Also, guys, if you look at the chat, a lot of you, or most of you, wrote where you're from and your name, and it's exciting. I counted at least 32 countries today, so impressive. I'm transferring it back to you, Jane.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you very much for everyone for participating in the poll. Very interesting results. Just something practical: university housing, where you're going to live when you come to Jerusalem. So we do offer dorm options for those who want to live on campus at all our campuses. They obviously, housing is an important part of your experience. So living in the dorms will enable you to meet friends from all over the world, as well as meet the local domestic Israeli students. The student housing complexes are in walking distance of the campuses, The Mount Scopus, these are the pictures of the Mount Scopus campus. We have a student village, single bedrooms, air-conditioned unit. Each bedroom has a desk, a chair, a closet, a bed, etc., fully furnished. Kitchen and bathroom facilities are shared. Obviously, Wi-Fi. So yeah, convenient as a way to start your studies in Israel. Perhaps, you know, second year you might want to move off campus, and there are lots of options off campus as well. But you can see they're pretty nice. So stay tuned. We have a whole line here of upcoming open days, which are program specific. So save the dates, and please do join us. We will be sending you after this session more information. So if you miss this slide and you don't manage to write it down, you'll be getting more information. But I think these really do give you an opportunity to meet more programs on a more sort of intimate basis. So yes, so here are our contact details. This is the email for our information center. Google us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and we're happy to take any questions and answers. I think we've been writing questions as we go along, so perhaps now Mana will present some of the questions, and I'll be happy to answer.
Yes, but quite a few questions and answer bouncing around. I would like to perhaps repeat some of them so you can answer and elaborate about a few of the topics. A question that keeps coming up is about tuition fees and the availability of scholarships.
Okay. So I would say tuition, we have various levels of tuition. Most of the program run at $9,800 US for a 1-year, 2-year master's program. There are some which are more, run to $18,000, and we have one program at the MBA program which is $30,000 US dollars. We offer scholarships. The scholarships are allocated at the program level, so you'd have to be in contact with the program directly. Scholarships are often merit-based scholarships, sometimes also socioeconomic background scholarships. We do offer scholarships in most of our master's thesis and PhD programs. These are largely given by the faculty and by the host supervisor. Does that answer the question, Anna? Okay.
Yes, I think, yes, maybe one more point that is important, that the information about the tuition fee and the scholarships that are available is on the website of the Hebrew University. If you just Google HUJI International, you can browse through the various programs, websites, and see the full information of the tuition and scholarship. Another question is, Luke mentioned it briefly before about internships, and how do we work with the internships of opportunities here in Israel or in other places of the world, in other parts of the world?
Okay, yes, great question. So internships, as we know, is an integral part of many of our master's programs. So if we're looking at the global program that Luke mentioned, that program has it's an 18-month program, 12 months basically studying classes here in Jerusalem, and a 6-month internship in anywhere in the world. So it could be in Israel, it could be in Africa, it could be in Nepal, wherever. There's an internship coordinator which coordinates all the internship opportunities. That is an integral part of the program, and an exciting part of the program as well, really giving you first-hand experience, practical experience, leading a project in a village in Africa, to a project in cleaning up rivers in India. A lot of wide range opportunities, and similar opportunities are available in our non-profit management program, in our MBA program, and they're really an integral part of the programs. Okay?
Yes. Quite a few people are asking about the opportunity to be studying languages during the master's or PhD. Can they study Hebrew? Can they study Arabic? Are there available classes for languages?
Okay. So obviously, depending on the program, there are languages available. So if you're taking a program, for instance, in the Middle East studies, you'll be learning Arabic, intense Arabic. If you are taking one of the Bible classes or Jewish studies, you'll be taking Hebrew and many of the Semitic ancient languages. If you're studying Asian studies, you'll be taking obviously Chinese or Japanese or any of the Indian languages. Faculty of Humanity offers over 40 languages, if I'm not mistaken. Some very, very impressive number. There's a lot of old languages. Yeah.
One more point that is important to comment on this, that the Hebrew University offers classes in 30 different languages, and especially Hebrew and Arabic you can take as an extracurricular activity and take the Ulpan. We call it the Ulpan. Is condensed Hebrew or Arabic classes on top of anything else you are studying. This is, of course, a separated course. You need to make sure it matches your calendar, your schedule, but these courses are available to all students in the Hebrew University. A different question about do the international students study in their own classes, or the classes are mixed for Israelis and international? And also in terms of diversity, who are the students who are coming to study here at the university?
Okay, so thank you. So I would say in general, the aspiration of the university is that the classes are as mixed as possible, mixing international students and domestic students. And this is obviously the case in most of our experimental faculty programs. So if it's in natural sciences, in agriculture, in medicine, dental medicine, they're really sort of learning together. We do have programs which are international programs, specific international program, which are, we can be mixed in with Israeli students, but the main cohort is an international program. So there's a mixture.
And in terms of LGBTQ community?
So we do have an LGBT service. We have a counselor. We have resources which are available to this community. Israel in general is, and Jerusalem and the university is welcoming. We will make every effort to support you during your study time at the university.
Okay, what about degrees that are offered online, or in terms of capabilities to swap to online classes in terms of in the situation of COVID, the pandemic, for the next semester, fall semester? They're two different questions.
Okay, so a question which is on everyone's mind. So I'll start with perhaps with the first question. In terms of online degrees, so we offer one online master's degree, full online degree, which is the Melton program in Jewish education. A very popular, very exciting program, which is taught largely online. It does end though with a summer semester in Jerusalem. This year, obviously due to the situation, the program is fully online. So that is our, I would say, flagship online program, master's program, and really one worth exploring if that is your field and area of interest. Turning to the COVID situation, obviously there's a question on everyone's mind, and obviously a lot of uncertainty still is shrouding the situation. We are, as I said at the beginning, working on the assumption that we will open as usual, and if not, we will transfer to online teaching. We do recommend that those interested in studying for the fall semester in 2020 register. In the case of cancellation of the programs due to force majeure and you will not be able to come to Israel, we will offer a full refund of your registration fees or any tuition fees you may have paid till then. So that is really something which you should keep in mind. Okay? Anna?
Yes. People are asking, are we offering PhD tracks in all the field of studying, including humanities, Israel studies, etc.?
Sure. So yes, I mean, PhD studies are largely individual studies. It's basically finding a supervisor who will supervise your PhD studies. So anything in any field basically is possible. Typically studies are 4-5 years depending on your field. I would say it's a very, very in-depth study program, which we see our graduates, our PhD students, graduates really getting into the top universities worldwide for postdoctoral studies. Our graduates are in all the US leading universities of the world. So really it's an entry to and a key in your success if you are interested in going down the academic career path. Okay.
We have this open day is made for or designated for graduate and postdoctoral postgraduate studies, sorry. But there are people who are asking about undergraduate degrees and opportunities here in Israel. If not degrees, then what else do you have to offer? We have to offer for undergrads.
Right. So typically our undergraduate programs are taught in Hebrew, with the exception of English language and English literature. We do have a Mechina program, which is we call Mechina. It's a preparatory program. It's an intense 1-year program which provides intense Hebrew classes for non-Hebrew speakers, and basically enables students who reach the required level of Hebrew to enter into the Hebrew University undergraduate programs. So we do have over 100 international students who've come along from China, from Korea, from all over the world, learned Hebrew, spent that year really intense Hebrew, taking classes and entering into the Hebrew University. So it is possible. It is possible. I should say there are other undergraduate programs in a couple of universities around Israel. We have to, I can't give any more information than that really.
I think you were very convincing because people are asking about the option of family housing here during their studying. People would like to visit, to come with a family, which is wonderful because Israelis love families. So, but how is it like for housing for families, and also the settling in for researchers coming with their family?
Many of our undergraduate students are also already married with children, as our average age of entering into the undergraduate program is 24. So many of our undergraduate students are already married, and the graduate students may be married too. So we do have family housing. We do have, I would say, not unlimited, but we do have family housing. Obviously, there are apartments in the center of cities and more. We would welcome you and your family to come.
There are quite a few questions are very housing and dormitory specific. And I think perhaps we can direct people to look at the website, because I'm happy to say the dormitories, the housing unit has a very new website in English that is very accessible, with a lot of images and options for you to discover and to explore the different opportunities, the different options. Can we speak a little bit more about our STEM programs and also about engineering?
Sure. Anything specific in STEM or just generally?
General, but also engineering in particular.
Okay, so I would say, as I said, we have a Faculty of Science, which is the home to 5 institutes: Institute of Life Sciences, Chemistry, Physics, Maths, and Earth Sciences, and the School of Computer Sciences and Engineering. Physics also is the home to electrical engineering, applied physics. Computer sciences has the School of Computer Engineering. We have a PhD program in bioengineering. So we don't have a traditional School of Engineering in the sense of perhaps other institutions. We have high-tech engineering, which is computer sciences and biomedical engineering and electrical engineering. All these programs offer masters, which are research thesis track masters, which are 2-year programs. These programs have a set of coursework, which we have to do as well as a thesis, a master's thesis. Students are accepted on the basis of an undergraduate degree in sciences, and many programs also require finding a thesis supervisor from the outset, some say later on. We have many students who start the PhD and carry on to the PhD directly, so like a PhD track, direct track, so it's a MA and a PhD together. Again, that could look like, 5-6 years together. Again, medical sciences, same kind of setup, basic applied research in biomedical sciences. Agricultural sciences is very much the same. It's STEM. Agriculture sounds like, farmer and picking fruit in the fields, but it's much more. It's agro-tech. It's very high-tech. It's cutting-edge development of agricultural advances, commercialization and then products and so on, so forth. So really, again, very research intensive, very close to the field, the greenhouses. Very interesting for those who are interested in those sort of big global challenges, food security, environmental issues, and water, of course.
Thank you. What about admission requirements of the different programs?
Again, this would have to be very much program specific. Obviously, for a graduate program, you have to have an undergraduate degree, a relevant undergraduate degree, and you have to look at these acceptance grades, the TOEFL, recommendations if necessary. Every program is very program specific. I would like to give a sort of an overarching rule of thumb for all the programs. You can find them all on the website, the specific programs. Okay.
Two last questions. Are international students able to work during the studying here? Is the first.
Okay. So currently the situation in Israel is that students aren't allowed to work except in teaching. So if you have a teaching position at the university or working in a teaching assistant, then that's possible. But it is not possible, unfortunately, at the moment for students to work freely in any other position. There are students who are able to work in high-tech sometimes. That's also sort of like a preferred kind of field of work.
The last question is about the recording of this session of the Open Day. And also, how can people register for the information meetings, information sessions of the different programs? So the recording will be available straight after this, after we conclude this session. We will send everyone who registered we will send everyone who registered the link to the recording, as well as link to register to all the other open sessions, the info sessions of the programs. A couple of them are only 2 days away, so stay tuned to your email. If you're not sure whether you've registered and we have your information, you can simply send an email to contact us. You have it up on your screen now, or you can again just Google HUJI International, log on to our website, and you can find the full contact information there. We will send you the full list and links on how to participate and how to follow up with the departments and the programs straight after this meeting.
So So, are there any more questions, or are we wrapping up?
I think there are many other questions, but it's a good starting point for people to discover about the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. As we mentioned, you are very free to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're there. You are welcome to ask the questions over those platforms as well, and through our information center.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.
Jane, I just want to add that we're saving the chat with all the questions, and we're going to prepare questions and answers, and we'll send a file with all the answers to all the questions.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mimi, for that important mention. So I really think we'll stop there, and I hope it was practical, interesting, informative, and we really do hope that you will be joining us. Stay tuned for more information. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And stay home, so stay safe.
Thank you very much. It's great to see you on the chat writing. Thank you. It's mamash heartwarming. And as we say, Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, we will see you next year in Jerusalem, and you have to come in and say hello to us personally. We may be even waiting with a nice cold beer.
Shalom and goodbye.
Shalom from Jerusalem.